Welcome to the Business Buyer Diaries. My name is Nathan Platter. I'm a full-time employee, and I bought a business. I did everything right, from finding the deal, handling all the due diligence on 63 opportunities, and ultimately bought a profitable gym. And boy, was I in for a big surprise as a new owner. I chronicled everything in real time, including the biggest wins to the stressful nights at 2 a.m. I'm sharing my journey without sugarcoating anything, so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. Here's today's episode. All right, happy morning. So a revelation I had today is so I'm only like 33, right? I'm still pretty young. I'm wet behind the ears. A lot of 33-year-olds are still living at home, getting life together, trying to date someone, trying to get married, trying to have a family, trying to buy a house. And it's crazy, but my wife and I have already bought and sold. Well, we've bought 3 homes, we've sold 2, and we've bought a duplex, sold that. We bought a house, sold that. We've lived in 2 apartments. Like, we're in our 5th house in 12 years of marriage. Like, we're pretty dang fast in our life progression. I'm probably like at sounds arrogant, but I'm probably at the maturity of a 45-year-old. Let's not kid ourselves here. A lot of the folks at daycare have gray hair and wrinkles all over their face, and my kids are their same age. So I'm used to pulling the future into the present way faster than the average human being. And I think that's something that entrepreneurs do. I think it's something that go-getter, type 3, type A, tightly wound people do. For better or worse, that's what we do. That's great. However, though, that also means if you don't have the discipline of what you're pulling forward into the present, you're pulling the good and the bad. So when things are going really well, there's a promotion that should happen in 3 years. It happens in 1 year. A pay raise that happens faster. So I think I've told you before, but I have an MBA. So I went to school late in life. I went for an MBA. I got mine in 10 months. An MBA typically takes 2 years. And my program had a 10-year or 10-month track, and I did the 10-month track. Anyhow, that's a side point. That's just an example. All that to say, if you don't have the filter or the emotional maturity, which I don't have this emotional maturity yet, to pull the good and the bad at different speeds, you're going to pull a lot of garbage forward fast. So when I'm talking about, hey, the gym is doing this much revenue, this much expenses, in my head, without the discipline, I'm also saying, oh, things are scary, things are spooky, we're going to implode so soon. So soon is like a year away from now, 6 months from now, like a long time from now. It's not tomorrow. It's a long time away. And let's be real, I have personal funds I can put in. I could sell my $13,000 truck and drive an even worse vehicle, and that would get us an extra month of runway. Like, there's some levers I can pull here. There's some credit cards I can get cash advances from. Doom and gloom is not here. And a big reminder of this, part of it was from reading my Bible. I'll admit, though, the inspiration for this was Lord of the Rings. And there's a couple of great conversations with Gandalf. One of them is where they're if you're in the cave, if you remember the movie, they're in the cave. Frodo is nervous. They're all like feeling doom and gloom. And it's only like an hour into the 10-hour movie series. Frodo's like, I wish this burden had never come to me. And Gandalf says, well, so do all who carry such burdens. But that is not for us to decide. So there are forces that are good and some are evil, but there are other forces at work. Someone else was meant to find the ring, and by them getting the ring, it was meant to come to you. So everyone who's in the moment wishes it was not their turn, but our responsibility is to handle what is and what to do with it. No, that's not the eloquent quote. That's not the beautiful wording that J.R.R. Tolkien had. That's not as sage as how Gandalf worded it, but the meaning of that is Frodo was saying, oh, this is painful. I wish the doom and suffering was not here. In reality, there was still 8 hours of pain to go through for Frodo. But in that snapshot, it felt like everything was on his shoulders. There was plenty of runway to go. And in the moment, Gandalf is saying, hey, don't worry about it, little Frodo. You little fairy foot friend. Your job is to worry about the present. Go left or go right in the mines, and we'll go from there, and we'll be okay. And so, something I need to develop on right now is pulling the optimistic purpose-filled future into the present, network, implement, equip my team, train, skill, develop, do that kind of stuff. And the things that are like lines of credit, rehiring staff, handling past due bills, those are not today's problems. I'm going to push those out of reach. I'm going to pull in the good, push out the bad. And it's way easier said than done, but that is my task for today. Well, my task for today is to be a stellar employee and equipping my team on this. But all we got to do is win the moment. If we can sell 3 paid in full memberships a month, we're instantly profitable. Like, we are not far away from a profitable studio. There are some amazing quick win things we can do. And that's a speed example. So all that to say, emotional maturity, pull in and speed up the purpose-filled, promise-filled, optimistic, futuristic good things, pull them into the present, push out the scary, doom and gloom, bad stuff, kick that can down the road 6 months, delay, drag your feet. Don't let that happen to today. And that is how you stay grounded. And that is how you keep your team confident, because you're focusing on what they need to be focusing on. And when you're leading by emotional example, they are able to follow suit when they see how big dog you is doing it. That's where we're at. That's where we're going. Let's rock and roll. This has been another episode of the Business Buyer Diaries. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. I hope you're realizing that business ownership is no cakewalk. Check the podcast notes for a link to the DIY Due Diligence program, the complete list of show sponsors, and for media inquiries. Music written and composed by Wes Schrock. I'm your host, Nathan Platter. Join me again on the next one.